Hi, how are you? This is Paul Fan, and today I'm going to talk about the secret goal setting and achieve it, the ultimate goal setting workshop. Okay, and the important goal here is to provide you a positive pressure. It's because once we are in complacent mode, feel lazy, etc., with our life, we won't make any improvement. So the first thing is positive pressure is not frustration that we're facing in our life. The frustration is something when events happen and we are in completely unprepared. The positive pressure is something that you already foreseen and can predict it. So how to do that? By setting goal, right? So therefore you are praying you have planned the solution of ABC, right? And to tackle this unforeseen issue. This foreseen issue and also could be unforeseen issue as well. So even though the issue is still different from you originally expected, unforeseen, for example, you will have more tool and ability to face it if you prepare. And goal is help you to do that. So the goal will help you to expecting the advance and forming the mental mindset to overcome easily. So that's important. This is the first thing. Secret goal setting. I'm gonna talk about achieving at the end of this presentation, video, the video blog. So I believe the law of attraction that for law of attraction, if I know that is for the thinking continuously and passionate feeling about it. Without feeling, there's no word for law of attraction. You eventually become one that you attract to. So if you have a role model and you think about that role model, you want to achieve that, you want to be as smart as that, just think about it, feeling, and most important, taking the action, and you will attract to be like that. So we don't know how long does it take, and what does it primarily depends on, because we don't control time, right? God controls time. So the more action you take in general, the faster you will gain all the experience to achieve your goal. This assuming the action you took is legit and not violating the principle of love God and love people. That's very important because if you think about something is not legit, then even though you probably still do that, but the consequences will actually make you, lose everything that you try very hard to achieve. Ask me how do I know that, right? Three, the setting up of goal will also help you give you the mind map to follow. So we talk about mind map. What is my mind map? That is something already existing in your conscious and subconscious mind. Normally, you have a conscious mind first and sink into a subconscious mind, and you don't even know that years later you still have that in your subconscious mind, and you bring it to help you to correct and deviate of your life and eventually help to reach your destiny right on the board. What I mean is like a plane from point B, point A to point B, and because of wind, because the weather, the environment, the plane is not going to directly hit into the target. So they have a autopilot system, or the pilot can look at the radar, and they will adjust the course, so they won't deviate, so they can reach their destination. That's how. That's actually same thing of how the goal is working because you are have autopilot system subconscious mind and to make sure you are not deviate your destination. Four, you must believe it and receive as well. So we often set up a goal with a limited timeline and fail to achieve it. There is no impossible goal, only impossible timeline. We say, oh yeah, Christmas, we set up a goal, yeah, we're gonna do this and that, and we just gonna give ourselves like 1 month, 2 months, one day, sometime 1 day, 2 days to achieve that. You want to make $1 million within 7 days. So how could do that? Especially you don't even have a few dollars. Maybe you can say, okay, I buy lottery, but that's not what I recommend because that's gamble, because people say you hit by the lightning. The rate of hit by lightning is even higher than the rate of hit the lottery. How many people hit by lightning before, So number five, I would recommend you set up your personal development goal first, because your weight, energy level, food you eat, and your exercise routine are your indication of your ability to achieve your goal. If you are sick and tired all the time physically, also could be mentally, how could you have the energy to even start your goal, right? How could you take action if you feel tired and sick all the time? Or mentally sick, feel tired and sick all the time? How could you start? Then step number six, set out the financial goal. Okay, like how much you want to earn with a deadline, and review your goal daily to make sure you are on track all the time. If you so that's why we want to have a budget, right? A financial plan. So if not, change the deadline and rewrite your goal, right? If we just continue change, just like airplane, we change the course, the deviation, we correct them, and we're not going to correct them and once for all, right? Like you do tuning the piano, you're not going to tune the piano just once for all. You're gonna tune piano and you're gonna actually correct them like 6 months later. Your piano haven't tuned for a long time. You're gonna actually correct them like a couple months later, right? 2 months, 3 months, and so on. So as you grow more knowledge and bring more mature in everything you conduct in your life, maturity is important because maturity sometimes I'm talking about is not just your goals, but also something to do with ability you to treat others, to love others, because that is representing the maturity and how you give to others. Because I say many times, because I believe, I have this motto, I believe God's financial unlimited abundances flow to everybody, including you and me. And our wealth, goal, ability, we all connecting to this unlimited power, the flowing within us, because we are within God, and God is everything. And I talk about many of times about that. If you are atheist, for example, you can change God to universe. If you are different religion, but this is my belief. This is not actually about religion. This is about the goal setting. So I'm not going to talk further about that. But that's where I'm coming from. That's why my soul. I just want to share with you my soul, so you know where I'm coming from. And this strategy is going to be used regardless what the religion believe you are, because this is a scientific method. But you want to use this method to the ultimate the extreme, that's why I just tell where I'm coming from, so you might able to use it into ultimate extreme. More mature in everything you conduct, your approach, and the ability to change. Okay, so weekly review or more frequent of your goal is recommended. Seven, finally, okay, talk about review. I always recommend write down your goal every day. If you could write your goal every day in a piece of paper or just your notebook. It don't have to be anything very fancy. Just pick up your final, the most important goal and just write it down every day. Finally, set up your family goal. If you are not married yet, set up your things goal if you just by yourself. In this goal, you want to write down what house your family want to live and your car, what car your family want to drive, right? Recommend so basic goal categories: personal development goal, financial goal, family, and the things goal. And of course, many goals like your contribution goal, your social goal, your church, your spiritual goal. They all could be added to the list. I just show you the basic one. Then select your top three goals from all the three above and create the plan to accomplish them in order 1, 2, 3, etc. And write your major goal on a piece of paper, right? Just talk about that and carry with you all the time. Remind you all your primary definition of the purpose every day. So your primary definition of purpose, you need to able to answer that quickly, right? That is your primary goal. Then how to achieve your goal faster? With goal, then without action, there's gonna be nothing, right? You're not going to just think about it and to achieve your goal. Okay, unless you have a lot of people actually working with you like a virtual assistant, and you can just tell them what you want and then achieve that. That's possible, but you still need to do something. Right? For example, you need to take action to find your virtual assistant, right? And you need to make some money to pay for a virtual assistant, right? So before you be able to outsourcing the task out, you still need to do some action, right? So here, achieve your goal faster. So I'm not gonna talk about some mindset because taking action, you know how to take action. Sometimes we just be lazy. So I want to help you to overcome the laziness. So to make sure the goal become reality, you must also write the goal plan for each goal and take action daily. That's one thing I talk about. So Here is mental trick I will show you. You must motivate yourself to achieve this goal daily. Here is a mental trick. Do you ever have any action that you didn't take in the past? Now you feel super regret, like, oh gosh, I made this. Maybe I don't know, a lady that is so attractive, you should have asked for dating, whatever, or something that, oh gosh, at that your age, 17, you should take this action instead of that action, so that you will be much, you will be much better and than you are right now. So you have something that happened. So, or something you keep thinking that you would at that time taking that action, then you will be 1 2 times better than you are right now. I just talk about that. I know. Think about those. It's painful, and you cannot go back the time, go back to future like the movie Back to Future. Is actually, the first one is actually back to the past and to change it, right? Can we do that? No, right? But we have not finished yet. Okay, so now we want to think of your goal from the future you. Okay, so from the future you is doable because you cannot back to the past, but you can always think in the future mode. So for think from the future to motivate you achieve your goal, I recommend you do the rocking chair test to help you think about your goal from the future. You sit on the rocking chair at an old age and visualize the goal. Let's talk about if you are say age 70, 80, and 90. And if you're already 70, 80, 90, then go to 100, 110, 120, okay? And then um, you reflect your life. Remember the song, Reflect Your Life, the Beatles. All my trouble, reflection your life, right? So what would you regret if you are not taking this action, and what would you happy? What would you excite? Ecstasy if you had taken those actions now change your life to where you are now. So I have another example I want to show you. This rocking chair. Remember the movie Christmas Carol? You remember the Scrooge, this English businessman. Um, he was treating everybody bad. He don't want to help others. So one day, I sleep and something the ghost of the past, come here to visit him. Show him that his past and then go his present, showing his present, go of the future, show him his future, and so on. Why? The long story short is he feels so much painful in the past and present and future, so much regret, so much regret, to the point he wake up and he's so excited. Now is Christmas Day, is everything that he's so painful is not happened yet, and he's so painful to a extreme that he decide to change everything, everything that in your mind, right? So this is walking chair do for you. Think about, imagine you are 80, 90, but it's not as powerful as that Christmas Carol. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google a Christmas Carol and watch this movie. And there's a cartoon version. Actually, cartoon version is shorter and actually sometimes better. But at least watching a cartoon version or real version, Christmas Carol. See the author. There's a book too as well. The author is called Charles Dickinson. Charles Dickinson. You can Dicknson, something like that. I read the book, I watch the cartoon, also real video. Is so powerful. And think about that, okay? Um, so painful. You haven't do this. You are age 80, and you are old man, and nobody there, nobody want to, social with you, so painful, and because you didn't do this goal, this action, this plan when you was young, when you was still doable, when you can do it, when you pick up, you can taking action, you can drive, and you didn't do any of them. It just everything passed by. You are just complacent. You just let go everything, or you just do bad things. You're not even Sometimes do bad thing even worse than you do nothing at all. Right? Don't do bad thing, okay? Do legit. Helping people, okay, that will be a good thing because love God, love people, that always good. If you don't not so sure this is good or bad, you know, hey Paul, is robbing bank a good thing or bad? Is robbing bank a loving people thing? You think the point a gun to somebody give me the money is love people? No, right? So, um, and so think about something, okay? Love God, love people, okay? That would be legit. I haven't think about anything. Love God, love people is not legit. Well, if you are in the evil country, that would be not legit. Okay, that's unfortunate. I'm talking about that if you are in the country that is uh, democracy country or country have a good leadership. Okay, even the country is dictatorship but have a good leader, then that love God, love people will probably will always be legit. So, what are you waiting for, right? First, brainstorm your goal and get it started today, and follow the exercise provide to achieve your goal. All right, and think about your goal. What is the Christmas Carol? Think about the goal. Think about everything that you're not doing or doing wrong, and now you are 70, 80s. Um, if you're already 70, 80s, think about now you are 100, 110. Our medicine is so advanced, most people can live past 100 in our generation, believe it or not. So think about 110, 120, and you are so painful and regret that you took those action, okay, or you didn't take those action. And go back to your time, now you are in the present time, and things haven't happened before. And now how do you think? So now, um, imagine that things go back from past from now from the future to now present, because you could not go to the past, but you can do that now in the present, or you can even do in the past. Think about past, so so painful you are now in the present. Okay, think about that present. How can you do um, to make up that, right? And that is painful, but lots of people motivated by the pain, right? In the future. Or think about something that you do so right, so great. In the future, you will become a billionaire, millionaire. You are so respectful. People admire you, want to be their role model, and you are like everybody's role model. Think about that, and so that is positive. And back to the present times, and think about that. That motivate is because not some people are motivated by the happiness, by the pleasure. I'm not pressure, pleasure, happiness. So, or you can do both. Okay, before like for example, like me, I can motivate by two. Either way, pretty much 50-50. So I think about this 10, 20, 30 years old, 30 years later, not 30 years old, 30 years later, and go back to beginning. And gosh, wham, I'm so motivated. I'm so happy. Oh gosh, today is 2017, today, August 14th. Yeah, yeah, it's never happened since haven't happened yet. Yeah, I'm new. I still have a chance. I still can live my life. I'm not like old man that nothing happened. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can still happen. I want you to feel that. You need to feel that. You say, oh yeah, that sounds interesting. I said, no, no, no. You have to feel that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Otherwise, your goal is not going to work. Trust me, it's not going to work. You can follow all the 7 steps, but without going to this part, nothing gonna work. You're gonna be, oh yeah, go, okay. And guess what? As early as next week, as late as next year, you will forget about all of this, and you probably go back to my video and wonder why, and tell people that why this does not work, right? It is does not work for you, right? Because you didn't actually follow the later, which is I told you this final part. You have to have that kind of feeling motivate to make that work. Without that, it won't work. Okay, goal setting is just a piece of paper. It won't work for you. So I hope you got a feeling. Yeah, today is a new day. Nothing happened yet. It's a brand new day. Okay, just taking action. Take 1 or 2 action. Just now. Okay, after you finish the video, just find 2 action, and you can do that. Maybe your table is so messed up. Clean your table right now. Okay, taking the action. Clean your table. Maybe you need to make a phone call you haven't made yet. Just for the sake of it, just call, okay, today after you finish this video. Okay, thanks so much for watching the video. I wish you have a very blessed day. Thank you. Bye bye.